Peace and love, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday today. I am on the road driving to Atlanta right now. I'm running into a lot of traffic, construction. Wanted to touch bases with you all to see how you all are doing and to see how you are coming along in your process after you have taken the Secure Your Interest 3-part intensive series. Well, let me close my sunroof because I know it's a lot of feedback. Okay, there we go. Now you should be able to hear me. How are you all doing today? I need to make sure that I'm touching bases with you all multiple times throughout the week. Trying to be more intentional about doing my videos, and just stay visible, and keep the connection, because it's important to me to stay connected with everyone. There's been some great things going on behind the scenes. Got a lot of great content coming your way, inside of the Facebook group as well as on YouTube. I'm about to hit it. When the traffic clears up. Yeah, about to hit it. How's everybody doing? As you're coming into the stream, please drop your city and state so that I know where you are tuning in from. Need to know where you're tuning in from. And definitely put a one in the chat. If you can see me, you can hear me clearly. That's always standard. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Peace and love. Peace and love. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. How's my people doing? Ready Nation, stand up. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Come on, Ready Nation. Stand up. What's up? What is up? I just got off of a coaching call with someone, and it was just the most amazing call. And you know what I'm realizing is that we all need to have a support system. We need a support system because when I tell you, this thing is running like a well-oiled machine. And sometimes you want to give up. You want to give up, but I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Stay persistent. Even if those people around you think you crazy, you know you're not crazy. Don't you let these people make you think that you crazy when you know the truth. They're the ones that's asleep. They are the ones that is asleep. And it's okay, because everybody's not meant to come on this journey. This is your journey. You are the chosen one. You are the special one. You are the pioneer in your family that's going to bring change like no one in your family has ever seen before. No one in your family is doing the work that you are doing. They're not chosen. You are chosen. And you keep that in mind. Let that be your driving force to continue to do God's work, because this is literally God's work. I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues yesterday, and I was like, I have a group that I study with, you know, and I was telling them, I'm like, look, I said, I think it's time for us to go on a fast. I said, because, you know, a lot of the times when you're trying to do things and you don't feel like it's working in your favor, and, you know, you're getting pushed back and things just seem like it's not working out, that's the time when we need to get still and we need to get quiet so that we can hear what we need to hear from our Creator in order for us to be able to know that we're on the right path. There's so many distractions around us. There's a lot of chaos around us. There's a lot of things going on in the news right now. And it's just like everything is really designed to knock us off our square. It's designed to knock us off of our square. all of these distractions, these TV shows, everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All of this stuff out here that's meant to keep us asleep and keep us from knowing what's really going on. And not only do they have all of these distractions, they have these systems in place that's specifically designed to oppress us, right? And so it's sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, and it's hard to try to navigate these systems because they're so damn good at what they do. They're so good at what they do because they have had time to perfect this. They have had a head start to perfect these systems. But our job is to go in and find the breach, to find the violations, to find the failure to perform, because that's really what it all boils down to. They made a promise to you, and they're not delivering on that promise, which is a failure to perform. It's a failure to perform. So every single time that we enter into an agreement, or even beforehand, there are certain things that we should be looking for that should be present in those agreements to know that they are taking the necessary steps to help preserve our rights as federally protected consumers. And 9 times out of 10, they don't do it. They just don't do it, right? And it's unfortunate that we have to go in and do their job for them to protect ourselves, because it's really a matter of protection. It's a matter of protection. But don't y'all know that we are at a spiritual war? We're at a war right now. A war of the spirit and a war on paper. And so, woo, when I tell you, it's rough out here. You know, I had to take a day this week because it was crazy. I'm working on some few things behind the scenes, and so, oh man, I got some. I'm working on some things, and so the particular gentleman that I was scheduled to have a call with will not do business on any public platform. He won't connect to Zoom. He won't, anytime that we're talking about a private process, he will not use Zoom. He has another platform that he uses. And so what was happening is that he was like, okay, I need you to download this app. And I said, okay, I'm gonna download the app. When I tell y'all, my phone would not download this app to save my life. And I'm like, why is this happening? Why can't I get this app downloaded so that I can have this conversation with this man and, you know, move forward in the process that I'm doing? This is how I know that God is always working in my favor, because let me tell you. So the call was at 11 o'clock. And at 10 a.m. I said, okay, let me try to go in and download this app to make sure that I'm ready. I literally spent a whole hour trying to download this app on my phone. I went to the Play Store. I got an Android, so y'all don't listen. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all iPhone users, don't come for me. I'm never ever getting an iPhone. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. I'm never getting the iPhone. Never. I'm an Android girl for life. I rep it. I'm Android all day till I die. I'm never getting the iPhone. LOL. So anyway, I'm trying to download this app, and every time I would click on the app, I would click on it, but it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't take me anywhere, you know. And I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening? You know, I'm just trying to get on this call. And so I got frustrated, and I'm texting them, and I'm like, I can't download the app. I can't download the app. And I was at home by myself. My husband was out of town. My son was at school, you know, and you know how it is with cell phones. We don't have a landline, so there was no other phone in the house that I could use to try to download this app. And so my phone, I have the Samsung S21, and so it had just released an update like a couple of days prior, and I'm thinking in my mind, is it because of this update that they just released that I can't download this app? Like, what is going on here? And so I said, okay, I got to figure out what to do. And so I went into my son's room, and I forgot that he had an old iPhone in there. So I get his iPhone. I'm texting him. He at school. I'm like, Jay, I need you to give me the password to this phone, because, you know, he got kids got the passwords and stuff on the phone, whatever. I said, I need the password to this phone so that I can try to download this app. So he's texting me the password, and the password that he's texting me is not working. And he was like, I said, Jay, it's not working. He was like, okay, well, try this one. I tried the second one he gave me. That didn't work. And I'm steady trying to put this password in, and it's not working. And I'm not understanding, because what I was trying to do is I was trying to log him out from the iPhone, and I was trying to log myself in with my Apple ID so that I can download the app. But it wouldn't let me do none of that. And even when I tried to download the app under his Apple ID, it was still asking me for the password. So either way, I couldn't do nothing on his phone without this password. And I'm like, why? So I literally, when this is what I tell you, I got so upset. I got so upset that my eyes started watering, and I was just really upset, because this was a very, very, very important call. I could not miss this call, right? Couldn't miss this call. And so I'm sitting in my office at home, and I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? I can't download this app. I tried to download it on the computer, and the computer allowed me to download it, but then it's prompting me to scan the QR code with my phone to connect the two devices with my phone. And I couldn't connect it because I couldn't download the app on my phone. And I'm like, okay, but check this out. I'm sitting upstairs at my desk, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Don't you know that my mom popped up at my house out of nowhere? I didn't even know that she was coming over. She popped up at my house just out of the clear blue sky, out of nowhere. She didn't call, none of that. She just showed up. And I was like, I'm looking out the window watching her pull in front of the house. And so when she came in the house, I ran downstairs to go and lock the door for her, then ran back upstairs. So she came upstairs in the office, and she saw the look on my face, and she's just like, what's the matter? What's wrong with you? And I just broke down. And then she was like, what's the matter? You know, at that point, she's like, okay, what the heck is going on with my daughter, right? And I told her the situation, and then she was like, here, take my phone, use my phone. I got on her phone, downloaded the app in like 2.2 seconds, and connected to the call. When I tell you, even when you don't know that God is working in your favor, he is working in your favor. She never said she was. Usually she called me, be like, hey, I'm coming over. She didn't tell me she was coming. She just showed up out the blue in the nick of time for me to get on this call. Man, when I tell you, God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to us that we don't even realize that he's working for us. And so I got on the call. We was on the call for an hour, did what we needed. I was like, oh my God. And so as soon as I hung up the phone with him, because she was in the office with me. No. She was in the office with me for a little bit of time. She left her phone with me and left the house so that she could go run an errand. And I tried to give her my phone. I was like, here, take my phone with you since you leaving. She was like, no, I'm good. I'm just going around the corner. So she left, came back. When she got back, I was still on the phone with him. She came and sat behind me in the office. And as soon as I hung up that phone, I looked at her. I said, God is so good. And I said, I need a hug. We held each other. And she just was like, just let it out. Just, it's okay. This my mom being the mom to me, and I'm a grown woman, and my mom is still my mom. She's still being a mom to me. And she was telling me, she just breathe in and breathe out. And what I realized in that moment is that a lot of the times we're going and going and going and going and going and going and going. And I have been going really hard this week. Long hours, just long hour days. I think the most sleep that I've gotten any day this week was maybe 5 hours, because I'm up early and I'm going to bed late because there's so much to do. And I think that took a toll on me that week, because usually I'm good. I take my breaks in the middle of the week, my mental breaks, like I need to, because you can't go hard every day like that, because your body is not going to allow you to go on like that. It's going to shut you down, or you're going to have some sort of breaking point. you're going to get to a point where you need to regroup, right? And I think for me, in that moment, I realized that I had reached my breaking point for that week, and that's why I was so emotional that I couldn't connect. That I couldn't connect on this call. Y'all, I was so upset. I was so upset, and I'm not a crier. Like, the people who know me, they can count the number of times that they've actually seen me cry throughout my whole life, because I'm not a crier. I'm not a really emotional woman, right? I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot of stress and anxiety without having a breakdown. But I think I just needed a release. And so after that moment, I was done working for the day. I was like, and this was like, let me see, because the call was at 11 o'clock. We went for an hour. And for the rest of the day, I didn't do no more work for the rest of the day. I went downstairs, I cooked, and me and her just sat and talked. My son came home from school a little bit later on. My husband was still out of town. And we just sat, me and my mom just sat and kicked it. I pulled up YouTube downstairs on the TV, and we was just watching some videos about some of the processes, because I'm always trying to keep the information in my ear. Even when I'm not reading and studying, I always need to have something playing in the background, because the thing about this information that we're learning, if you're not exposed to it every single day, some parts of it you'll lose. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I don't know what it is. I mean, you'll lose some of it in your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind is sort of set up like a database, right? So everything that you absorb, it is being absorbed into your subconscious mind, and it's going to be brought to your recollection on the conscious side when you need it. But sometimes, like for me, just how my mind is set up, I need to put my hands on something every day. I need to touch something every day. I need to hear something every day, right? So that's why it's important, like the music that we listen to, the TV, like all of that stuff, unless it's about what I'm doing, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, because I know how my mind is. I know how my mind works, right? Me personally, I have to be exposed to this stuff like literally every single day in order for it to stay with me. That's just how I am. So I reached the breaking point that day, you know. Because that was just my inner self telling me that I needed to take a break. And so I took a break. And so I'm here to tell you that sometimes it's okay to just take a break. And I know, you know, we're like in a mad rush to get this stuff done. But if we don't practice, if we don't, you know, take care of our mental health and have self-care days, your body is going to stop you for you. Something going to happen and you're going to be forced to stop. You're going to be forced to stop. You know. And so that was just an experience that I had, and I did not like the way that it made me feel. But I mean, that was just my body telling me, like, look, girl, you're doing way too much. You need to stop. You really just need to stop it. And so I did. And I do feel a lot better. And I was telling my mom, I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I was like, what made you come up? You know, just asking her all these questions. She was like, no, because, you know, my mom she's been there with me every step of the way. Everything that I do, she do. She right there with me. Anything that I tell her to do, she be on it. She be on it. And so she was coming over to bring some of her paperwork for me to look at, right? That's why she was coming, but she didn't tell me she was coming. You know, so we sat down, we looked at her paperwork, all this stuff, and I'm like, yep, everything looks good, boom, boom. Go ahead and get your notary, boom, boom. You know, told her what to do, all that good stuff. I'm so fortunate and so thankful to have her and to have my husband, because these two people in my life are the only two people that I can really, outside of y'all, that I can really seriously sit down and have a meeting of the minds about all of this stuff. They're the only two. And other than my 14-year-old, you know, as he's coming into his conscious state of mind, I can have more conversations with him. But for him, because he's still so young and he's limited on his life experiences. It's like he understands the information, but until he's actually doing certain things, it's certain dots in his mind that may not necessarily connect until he's actually having to do certain things when he, you know, becomes goes into his age of majority, right? You know, but whew, it was definitely an experience. So with all of that being said, I wanted to check in with y'all, see how y'all are doing, see how y'all are, you know, protecting your mental health, protecting your space, protecting your personal space, waking up on purpose, being intentional with your daily activities, having a balance in your life, because it's important to have a balance. It's important to have a balance, you know. But I understand that that's not always possible, especially for mothers, people, you know, women who have children. It's like, you know, they depend on you for so much, and the people around you depend on you for so much. But when you need something, who's there for you to hold you up if you're holding everybody else up? Who's there for you? Who can you really truly say is there for you? You know, I have a lot of times where I'm reflecting on these types of things, because I think to myself, I'm like, man, you know, what is it going to be like when I'm not here anymore? What is that going to look like? Y'all, I'm rolling. You know, what is that really going to look like? I have a lot of reflection moments in my life, and doing these processes will cause you to, it's like your whole life will flash before your eyes when you're doing these types of things, when you're doing these processes. Your whole life, my whole life flashes before my eyes multiple times in a week, in a day, you know, because when something, I feel like when you're pushing and pushing and pushing to get something done, it's going to cause you to sit back and think, what am I doing this for? What is my why? You know, and if you're not clear on what your why is, it's going to cause you to give up. So be clear on why it is that you're doing this. Yes, you know that you want to be free, but is that going to stop with your life? Is it just for you, or do you have children? Like, what's your real why for doing this? You know, we know that we're not supposed to be paying these bills. We're not supposed to be paying for any essential consumer goods. You know, we know this, but is it, for me, is more than just about not having to pay bills. It's more than the money. It's not about the money. You know, so we all have to do self-evaluations and self-reflections from time to time to really know and understand why we are on this journey and why we have been chosen to do what we do, because everybody is not chosen and everybody can't come. They can't. It's not meant for everybody to be on this journey. And so when you have people around you that you're trying to pull along with you, and they're draining your energy, and you know they're not willing to do the work, then you got to take a step back and really look at the situation to see if you know, who's really around you. And then you have to make a decision. You really have to make a decision on how you're going to move forward, and if you're moving forward with or without them. And that's one of the hardest decisions that you'll ever want to make, because you know that everybody needs help, but everybody doesn't want the type of help that you're able to provide. They don't want the type of help that you're offering to them. They want the type of help, they want the handout help. Oh, just gimme, you know, or do this for me. Can't you just do it for me? No, I can't. You got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for yourself. Because let me tell you, when we start getting deep into these processes, and we will, and when we start paying our bills with 1099As, oh yeah, because we will. You can't pay somebody else's bill for them out of your Social Security trust account. It just don't work that way. Everybody has to be set up on their own. Everybody got to be set up on their own. You can't pay bills for people. Can't do it. And so when you have people around you that are not willing to do the work, you got to make a decision and let it go. Let them go. And it's as simple as that. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. Because the more people that you try to bring along with you that don't really want to come, it's just going to drain your energy. And then you're going to be left with nothing, because you're trying to pull everybody else up and nobody's trying to pull you up. So we got to do a lot of self-reflection and really realize and know and understand who's around us, because a lot of our own people are still asleep, and a lot of our own people will try to sabotage what it is that you're doing. Oh yes, they will. They'll try to sabotage you, and they will pray for your downfall. You know, so this group, R.E.A.D.Y Nation, stand up, R.E.A.D.Y Nation, what's up? R.E.A.D.Y Nation, R.E.A.D.Y Nation, what's up, y'all? R.E.A.D.Y Nation, we gonna be so Gucci. It's woo, child. The community is important so that we can help hold each other up. I've made more connections. I was just telling the young lady that I was on the phone with, I said, I've made more connections with people that's not my blood relatives than people that's my blood relatives. Because these are like-minded individuals that are on the same path and the same journey as me. And that's who you want to be around. People with like minds that is working towards the same goals. That's it. That's all I needed. All I need was y'all. Don't y'all know that I need y'all? I need y'all to keep myself alive with this information. This is a movement. Don't y'all know that this is a movement? Come on. Think bigger. Think broader. And think that you really, truly will have an impact in this world. Know that the world will know your name. Come on. Know that the world is going to know your name. And when don't nobody else clap for you, you clap for yourself. Don't you look for no validation from nobody else. Don't you look to be qualified from nobody else. God has already qualified you. Don't you know that? You've already been qualified. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. This is bigger than us. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of these YouTubers, these educators out here teaching us information. It's bigger than us, y'all. It's so much bigger. It's so much bigger. So keep that in the back of your mind when adversity comes, when these companies do adverse action against you, when they act like they don't know what you're talking about when you send them a letter, when they send you a statement when you do a debt validation, right? When they ignore your letters, when the credit bureaus won't remove your stuff, when they try to make a fool of you in court, all of these different things that comes against us when we're doing these things, just keep in mind that there's something greater in store for you. So we have to stay persistent and stay committed to the process. Because you will get your remedy. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can guarantee you that, because I've seen that light. Listen, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and offer words of encouragement. I didn't really have a topic to discuss today, because sometimes we just need to chop it up and just really talk about real life stuff that's going on around us, and really support one another and have those tough conversations, because there's a lot of people out here that's doing this by themselves, and people looking at them like they're crazy. And we should be looking at everybody else like they crazy, because they the crazy ones. They the crazy ones for staying in the matrix. Everything is flipped, reversed. What we think is ain't, and what we think ain't is like completely reversed, you know. So yeah, that was my video for today. I just wanted to just tell y'all to just be encouraged. Just be encouraged, y'all. Just be encouraged. So I'm trying to remember some of the questions that I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of questions in the YouTube videos. I've been getting just a lot of different variety of questions on my email, and I'm trying my best to ensure that I am thoroughly answering you all's questions and giving you the resources that you need to get to really solidify your position in whatever process that you're doing. So just bear with me. I am vetting those that have submitted resumes to me. I'm looking for an assistant. I have some people that have volunteered to work. So I will be adding some admins into the group to help manage the group because the group is growing. I know there's people waiting to be let in right now, and I'm talking about the Facebook group. So in terms of the Facebook group, I've gotten some requests to join the group where none of the member questions have been answered. Just know that that's an automatic decline, because I have to be able to know your information in order to admit you into the group. So it's very, very important that when you submit your join request that you answer all the questions as thoroughly as possible, and that also you complete the Google form that's attached to the registration. It's very, very important that I have that information because I have to be able to match up your registration to your Facebook name, your name and email in order to approve you. And I've had multiple people try to get into the group where they haven't answered any of the questions, and then so another thing, when you go to register, when you go to Ready Nation to register, which is the education platform, right? There's 2 items in the back office that are both priced at $14.99. So when you go in there, look at the total, don't look at the total. Look at the description of that total, because it's 2 things in there that says $14.99. It's the Ready Resource Center, and then it's the Ready Nation Facebook group. Both of them are priced at $14.99. $14.99, right? I've had some people mistakenly purchase the Ready Resource Center, which is fine, thinking that is going to give you admission into the Facebook group, but those are totally 2 different things, which is why I'm bringing it up. So pay attention to the description of whatever it is that you're signing up for, because one is, like I said, it's the Ready Resource. And I'm sorry, y'all, I can't read your comments right now because I'm on the road to Atlanta right now. Right, just pay attention to the description of what you're signing up for to make sure that you're signing up for the right thing. So the Resource Center is, there's a lot of information in the Resource Center. There's templates, there's stuff in there to study. It's some great guides in there to help you along the way in your process, but that's a one-time payment of $14.99 for the Ready Resource Center. For the Facebook group, it's a reoccurring payment of $14.99 per month, right? So when you go to sign up, just make sure that you're signing up for the right thing. So that's an issue that I've been seeing this week with people coming into the Facebook group where they mistakenly signed up for the wrong thing, right? Let me see, what else? I've been getting some questions about the DBA. What I would like to see inside of the Facebook group is, if you have a question about the DBA and how to do your DBA, I want you to look up the DBA form for your county or your state, whichever is required. Because the goal is to have a library of forms that have been completed by people around the country for different counties, different states, so that people will have access to that form and they already know how to fill it out. So when they come into the group or they ask the question, the form is already there for them to follow it step by step on how to complete the DBA. That's the goal. So anytime that you ask a question about the DBA in terms of how to fill out the paperwork in the Facebook group, go ahead and just drop a copy of the form in the group and label it for your county, city, and state, so that once I download it, I can go ahead and actually fill it out the way that I would fill it out and upload it back into the group, and then you can use that as a guide to do your DBAs. So the group is important because the information, I want to have it organized where it's going to be easy for you to find resources and easy for you to find answers to questions. So yeah, if you're asking about the DBA, just go ahead and upload it and I'll take a look at it and fill it out and then upload it back into the group so that you can just look at it and just do what you see and just put, replace the generic information with your information, right? Yeah, just do it like that. And just remember, when you're posting in the Facebook group, just go ahead and do your hashtags and all of that stuff so that we can keep the information organized. Yeah, because that's going to be one of the first steps. And some people have had issues with ordering birth certificates. A lot of these states are backed up. They're so backed up, and then they put you through hoops to just it's just amazing that you can't even get access to your own information. It's just completely ridiculous that they hold you up like that. So one of the other important things is I'm working on building out this database of resources. So it's going to be all of the regulatory websites, all of the executives, their addresses, the different bank resources that we need to have in terms of the links that we need when we're in the administrative process, who to complain to, in an organized fashion, so that you can just literally look at the spreadsheet and filter it for whatever you're doing and look at the information and fill your paperwork out. I'm trying to make this as seamless as possible, because the thing of the matter is, it's very overwhelming when you really get down into doing this paperwork and you're stumped because you don't know how to fill out the paperwork. And so that's it's sort of like a stumbling block, and I'm trying to prevent as many stumbling blocks as possible for us so that we can get through this paperwork. The paperwork is the one thing that will make you want to quit. When you got to do that paperwork, baby, let me tell you, you look at all that stuff and be like, I'm not doing this. It will really make you want to quit. Like, seriously, because oh my goodness, when I tell you, I have been there. This is why I take baths. This is exactly why I get my butt in the tub and soak, because my body needs to be immersed in water, and I need to be able to relax at the end of my week behind all this stuff. I'm telling you, it's a trip. It's a trip out here. But we're going to get through it. We're going to endure, and we're going to be successful. I already see it. So, but yeah, y'all. So I guess I'm going to have to probably go back through this video and look at the live chat and the video to answer your questions, and just, give you some feedback based on what you said. But yep, that's all I wanted today. I ain't want nothing from y'all. I was just touching bases. Y'all know how I do. If I get on the road, I'm definitely gonna go live and spend some time with y'all because I'm driving. So but a lot of people have been asking me to not make my videos so long, so I'm trying to accommodate people, because I get it, busy lives, you can't sit down there and watch it, an hour or 2 hour video. It can be a lot sometimes, so I completely understand. So I'm trying to keep my videos to 30-40 minutes max, so that you can get in and get out, watch the video and then go ahead about your life. But yeah, so that's all I wanted. So I just wanted to hop on, wish you all a happy Friday. I wish you many, many blessings going into this weekend. I'm so excited for the things to come and exciting things that we have planned. I can't wait to meet all of you in person if possible. The group is growing, the community is growing, and we're going to be there for each other. We're going to support each other, love on each other, and really get down in the trenches and do this work. And then we're going to be looking back saying, girl, you remember when? Or dude, you remember when? Like, you could literally look back and be like, oh man, remember when we started? I'm trying to get us on the other side of that, where we can have that conversation, where we vacationing and we planning